This is Deborah DePinto, whose life brutally cut short in a trailer park laundry room. But why was she there, fighting for her last breaths? And what dark secrets lay hidden within the walls of that cramped space? Join us as we are going to explore the tragic story where a secret camera's recording unravels a horrific murder and the shocking truth behind Deborah's tragic demise. On June 18, 2018, in Boulder, Colorado, Deborah, a 44-year-old mother of two, was found unresponsive in the laundry room of a trailer park office, her breath faltering, her life hanging in the balance. Her husband, Scott Jones, was frantic, his pleas for help echoing through the chaotic scene. First responders arrived, finding Scott in a state of panic, his words a desperate cry for his wife's survival. "Please, please, please help me," he begged. "I can't live without her." The initial call to 911 painted a confusing picture. Scott claimed Deborah had fallen accidentally in the laundry room, striking her neck. In the urgency of the moment, paramedics focused on stabilizing Deborah, not questioning the circumstances of her fall. Scott's frantic behavior and his vague references to Deborah possibly using drugs added to the confusion. He mentioned her smoking that damn pipe, implying some illicit substance, but claimed ignorance of its nature. The chaos of the scene made it difficult to discern truth from panic.
I thought there was some common sense with you.
Well, I thought he knew that you don't remember being there.
He doesn't know.
I didn't know that.
Deborah was rushed to the hospital, but it was too late. She was pronounced dead, and the investigation shifted from a medical emergency to a potential homicide. The couple's two children, Mary and their 10-year-old son, were present at the trailer park, adding a layer of heartbreaking complexity to the investigation. Police interviewed Mary, who revealed a history of arguments between her parents. "They were just kind of like arguing all of bit," she said, indicating that the disputes were frequent. However, on this day, the argument seemed more serious than usual. Mary recounted how her mother had returned from work around 4 or 5 p.m., and the argument had escalated shortly after. She then retreated to the car, leaving her parents to their conflict. Deborah and Scott's relationship, which began in 1998 at a New Year's Eve party, had deteriorated over the years. Deborah, a dedicated chef at the University of Colorado Boulder, was the primary breadwinner, while Scott's employment history was inconsistent. They had recently moved to the trailer park, a temporary arrangement that separated them from their dogs and horses, hinting at deeper troubles. A 2014 Facebook post by Deborah indicating relationship status, "It's complicated," foreshadowed the turmoil to come. Neighbors from their previous residence in the mountains painted a grim picture of Scott. They described him as a stay-at-home father who frequently bothered them, while Deborah was seen as a hard-working woman taken advantage of. "She really put out to him and his expectations of the relationship," one neighbor said. The neighbors directed the police to Gardner, one of Scott's old high school friends who provided further insights into Scott's character. Gardner described Scott as lacking impulse control, a man prone to outbursts. He also revealed that Scott and Deborah had been separated, with Scott living in the trailer since the beginning of June. The separation, according to Gardner, was a recent development. Scott had told him that the relationship was all over and done with. This raised questions about their presence together at the trailer park on the day of Deborah's death. Had they reconciled, or was this a final, fatal confrontation? Gardner, however, had never heard Scott voice explicit threats against Deborah, but that did not mean those threats did not exist. A year prior, Scott had told a friend that if Deborah left him, he wouldn't let it happen. He had also told another friend that if she tried to leave, he would whack her over the head and put her in the ground. Just a week before her death, he hinted at having friends that owed him favors who could have her taken out. These escalating threats revealed a possessive and potentially violent man. During their separation, Deborah had a male friend over, and when Scott arrived, she told the friend to hide in the armoire. This act of fear, despite Scott being accompanied by their 10-year-old son, spoke volumes about Deborah's perception of her husband. She had reason to be afraid. Scott's text messages further illustrated his possessiveness and anger. He accused her of adultery, threatened divine retribution, and ominously declared, "Ain't no cop or restraining order going to stop what's coming." He portrayed himself as a man with nothing left to lose except my life, disregarding his children. The evidence pointed to a vicious escalation, with Scott's jealousy and possessiveness reaching a breaking point. Deborah, returning from her demanding job on June 18th, walked directly into the path of his rage. Their son witnessed the aftermath. Scott ran to him, shouting that Deborah wasn't going to make it. "He came in like screaming, and he was saying that he thought she was dead," the son recounted. "So he brought me into the room, and she was purple and cold." Imagine the horror of a 10-year-old child being shown his dying or already dead mother. What kind of father would do such a thing? Scott's actions, even amidst panic, revealed a disturbing disregard for his son's emotional well-being. However, Scott hadn't accounted for the hidden camera in the trailer park office.
What are you doing over there? I'm getting one. Get out of here. It's common sense. We're fighting for an hour over nothing. I'm done. We are never going to be together.
You're so cruel. Is that all you got, cruel and mean?
You're getting my way.
Weird. Who's in here?
We get out of there.
I love you.
No, whatever. Get away from me.
Get away from me.
Recent neighborhood thefts had prompted the installation of a surveillance system, and this system captured the events leading to Deborah's death, exposing Scott's lies. The footage showed Scott and Deborah entering the office, engaged in a heated argument. They disappeared into the laundry room, out of the camera's view, but not out of earshot. Deborah, exhausted from work and tired of the constant fighting, simply wanted to do her laundry and leave. But this argument was different. "What you doing over here?" Scott demanded. "I'm getting get out of where fighting for an hour over nothing. I'm done. We are never going to be. You're so cruel." "Is that all you got, cruel? I mean, you're in my way, whatever away from me." After 20 years together, Scott's attempts to control Deborah reached a breaking point. When she told him to leave her alone, something snapped within him. "Don't touch me. Stop. You can't force me to love you anymore. Get out of the where the door I'm trying. Get away from me. You make me feel terrible. Get away from the door."
Oh, don't touch me, Scott. You can't force me to love you anymore. Get out of the... Where's the door? I'm trapped. Get away from me. You make me feel terrible. Get away from the door.
The surveillance captured the awful sound of Deborah being strangled by Scott, her life partner and the father of her children. This was a final, brutal attempt to exert control. After Deborah fell unresponsive, Scott spent 47 minutes in the laundry room without calling for help. Instead, he devised a cover-up using his 10-year-old son as a pawn. He told the boy something had happened to his mother and brought him into the office.
Oh my God. He's gone, man. Oh my God. 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 Please, Mama, wake up. Mama, please. Oh God. Oh God. Please do help us. Mama, God. Please.
In his twisted mind, this might have seemed like a way to exonerate himself.
Hello? Hello?
Please help me.
Did you find her here?
I don't know.
With Deborah pronounced dead at the hospital, an autopsy revealed the cause of death as homicidal asphyxiation.
You've got to help my wife. You've got to help my wife.
They got
My whole life, dude. Please help her. Please. Oh my God.
Take a deep breath, okay? The best people that can possibly be working on her, okay? We got paramedics on her, all right?
Oh my God.
Let's see what's going on. We got her.
Bro, should be holding her hand or something.
I know, but they're taking care of her right now, okay?
The police, already suspicious, took Scott into custody. During his interview, he maintained his initial story, claiming Deborah had suffered a medical issue.
She's like 220 pounds, man. I told her, man, you gotta take care. Oh, God. That's my whole life in there, man. That's my whole life. Oh, my God, Mama. Oh, God.
It's not going to get her in trouble, okay?
I don't know. Probably smokes that damn pipe where they heat up the end and they stick it in that stuff.
A bunch of them get smoked that way. Could it be heroin, though?
I don't think so. I don't know, man.
Okay.
I don't know, dude. Like, she went like this, she started going like that and stuff.
I don't know, dude. Like, she went like this, she started going like that and stuff.
I didn't know about it. Any discussions about your relationship, how things are going?
No.
Despite his children witnessing their argument, he insisted their relationship was fine. Any discussions about your relationship, how things are going? No, I love my wife and she loves me, man. And I have no idea how that went down like that today, dude. Okay, when she fell, yeah, she was face down, she fell. Just, I'm tired, I want to get my kids home, and I've answered a lot of questions. I've been very cooperative.
Love my wife and she loves me, man. And I have no idea how that went down like that today, dude. When she fell, yeah, she was face down, she fell. Just, I'm tired, I want to get my kids home. And I've answered a lot of questions, I've been very cooperative.
Scott still believed he could get away with murder, but the police knew he was the only person in the room with Deborah. They pressed him. Did something happen in that room that, no way, man? No way, I mean, I know accidents happen if you're arguing. Did something happen that went too far? Did she have a heart attack and die? Oh no, man.
Did something happen in that room that...
No way, man. No way.
I mean, I know accidents happen. If you're arguing, did something happen that went too far? Did she have a heart attack and die?
No, man.
Scott continued to deny any wrongdoing. Later that night, the trailer park manager provided the police with the crucial surveillance footage. I hear him arguing for about 15 minutes, and then right at 7 o'clock you hear like some screaming, and it just sounds like something bad is happening to her. Okay, and then he does not come out of the back 45 minutes. Okay, and then when he does, he's saying, oh my God, and he's kind of pacing, and I just got chills up in my spine. I could have watched any.
I put up a Google Drive, I downloaded the video, it's an hour long if you need more. I just got chills up in my spine, I couldn't watch it.
When confronted with the footage, Scott initially remained defiant. That doesn't prove anything, and you know that. It shows us that something happened in that room.
That doesn't prove anything, and you know that.
It shows us that something happened in that room. What's going on during that time?
No, man.
But Scott, you do know.
As the police closed in, Scott became increasingly agitated and requested a lawyer. However, the evidence was overwhelming.
Hey, where do we go from here, man? I need a lawyer, don't I? Do me a favor, stand up.
A few hours later, Scott confessed, attempting to justify his actions. Despite witnesses painting Deborah as the victim, Scott portrayed her as a cruel tormentor who drove him to murder. But I didn't think anything through it about anything. I just reacted. I don't know what happened. I just reacted. I don't know, man. It's nuts.
What happened?
I don't know. You think I am not kicking out of myself? You don't think I feel bad?
Well, I know you are.
Oh man, it wasn't good enough. I'm taking the kids. You ain't taking my kids. Threatening me, with me, man. With me. Just couldn't stop being a monster. Just couldn't stop being cruel, man. You don't know what she's done to me. You don't know the cruelty she's done, man. I believe it makes a man temporarily insane for a minute, man, when you think about it. You know that? You don't know the troubles. You don't know the pain. You don't know what I've endured. You don't know what that woman put me through. You don't know what she did to my son. You don't know. But I didn't think anything through. I didn't think about anything. I just reacted. I don't know what happened. I just reacted. I don't know, man. It's nuts.
Scott was charged with murder and seemed to accept his fate, expressing concern for his children. This is the Gad of passion. You know, and good people do bad things sometimes. I want to see my kids again, man. Well, I'm not sure or think I'll lose them. I want to lose them forever. However, his subsequent actions revealed a different side. While being driven away, he expressed regret, blaming Deborah for his actions. That was me, that was you, well, care of them. How was the stay home? All she did was abuse all of us for many years, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry, I never been for any of this to happen. It was an accident. I didn't believe her anymore. She lies, never stopped lying. I wish I can take it back. But months later, phone calls and letters from prison painted a different picture. He spoke of Deborah being in hell and expressed a twisted sense of triumph. Now she is in hell. I bet she's a believer now. Oh, well, too late. Something tells me Debbie doesn't think I'm a punk explicative anymore. The letter ended. I bet she's sorry for being a lying, cheating, deceitful now I bet she knows I was a good man now, too late now. At his trial in December 2019, the jury deliberated for 10 hours, debating between first and second-degree murder. They ultimately found Scott Jones guilty of second-degree murder and child abuse. He was sentenced to 48 years in prison, the maximum allowed for second-degree murder, plus 1 year for child abuse. A restraining order prevented him from contacting his children, who are now being raised by Deborah's family. Make sure to subscribe for more interesting videos like this. Thanks for watching.